Okay, I'd like to call the meeting of General Services to order. Is there any discussion from the committee members? Hearing none, I have a presentation by Dan Colon, the Data Processing Director. And Dan, you got the floor.
All right. Okay. Terry asked me to come here just to give you guys some information on what we do for the county and just to meet you. I haven't met all of you yet. And take questions. So I want to keep this kind of informal. I'll give you some stats and tell you a little bit about what we do, but just feel free to shoot out questions as they come to you. Okay, so we're called the Data Processing Department, but it's kind of an outdated term. We are basically the IT department. We handle all of the PC network, we handle email, we handle the website, we handle the county's financial and accounting system, the agenda management system that the legislators actually use, that the clerk uses for your meetings, for your resolutions. We also handle the county's payroll department, among others. Pretty much anything that gets plugged in, we take care of. We have, just to give you a few stats, we have 13 employees in our department. One of those is actually an open position that we're interviewing for right now. And out of those 13, I'd say a solid 4 of them are really your technical support. And the reason I point that out is because it is a big department, but we do a lot more than just IT work as well. So all the things I just mentioned are pretty much all the technical aspects of it, but we do a lot of non-technical shared services. We do work with real property. We process tax information. We have a huge folder stuffer that we've had for a long time, so we actually, print our paychecks. We process the paychecks. That's all, I would consider that stuff non-technical. And we have operators that handle that. But as far as the regular, somebody calls and needs a password reset or your machine is frozen, you're really talking about 4 people. And we're supporting over 400 computers and associated devices on the network. And we're around 25 to 30 servers that we're dealing with. And just to give you an idea of the volume, I did a rough count this morning, and on average, we deal with about 85 help desk tickets per week. So when I say help desk ticket, that's somebody calls for a password reset, or it could be anything from a 2-minute fix to a 2-month project. But we get about 85 of those calls per week, which amounts to about 4,000 per year. So we stay pretty busy. All right, let's see. Over the years, everyone's IT needs have increased, which is why the previous board, right before they left, approved a new position for us, and that is another technician. It's an entry-level technician, and we really need that support. We have machines in boxes right now that are waiting to be deployed, and we just don't have the resources. So very happy with that. Actually had 3 interviews today that went really well, so I'm looking forward to getting someone else on board so we can catch up with a lot of these projects. Just to give you an idea of some of the current projects we're working on, we are finally getting rid of all the Windows 2000 machines on our network. We have a very fragmented network with a lot of different operating systems, a lot of different types of hardware, and over the years it's just kind of turned out that way, and we're trying to centralize things right now. We're trying to centralize our IT purchasing so that we buy the same equipment. We can buy in bulk and we can save a little money and have a little more stable network. So right now we're just about finished removing all of those Windows 2000 machines. By the end of March, we will have upgraded our email system. I think I heard a few of you talking about wanting to check your email on your phone or on your iPad or whatever. That's been something that has been asked for a while, and by the end of March, we finally will be able to do that. So that's a pretty big project. We are finishing up a fiber project in the old courthouse to increase their network speed and give them new machines and all new network runs. And a lot of these projects we do hand in hand with DPW. They help us run wires and things like that, and we plug them in and make sure everything works properly. We're doing a big software catch-up. I won't get into all the technical things, but just wanted to give you an idea. There's a lot of projects that we're catching up on. We did get money this year for a disaster recovery server. We have not really had a very good disaster recovery plan in the past. We usually know if there's a flood coming, and then we go turn everything off, take the machines out of the building and bring them somewhere else, and that's really not the best way to operate. So we will be putting a disaster recovery server for the PC network in this building. And so that will handle the website, the email, and hopefully if a disaster happens, we flip a switch and everything stays up. That is another big project. Another thing we're waiting on right now are legislative tablets. I'm sure Cheryl has mentioned to you, we have ordered services for you. They've been on back order since late December, and I just heard yesterday they should be in by next week. So that hopefully will eliminate the need for some of this paper that you have, and just allow to give you a device to do your work with, and browse the internet, check the agendas, and anything else you need to do. Let's see. I'm a firm believer in insourcing, and we've been really lucky to have some really talented people that work for us. So we actually have built our accounting system, our financial system in-house we have 2 programmers on staff. And anything new is being kind of geared towards the web, so we do have a web programmer as well. Like your whole agenda management system is all web-based, so you can access it anywhere, you just log in. We're kind of moving in that direction of putting everything web-based. Our My Documents, our network shares, network shares are kind of a thing of the past, so we're moving all that stuff up into the cloud, but it's our cloud. We're hosting it, we're doing it ourselves. It's more cost effective to do it, to host your own cloud services, and it's more secure because we are the ones that are taking care of it. And I've just always felt that there's no better advocate for the county than the actual county. I didn't mention, we also do some outside services. We do generate some revenue, not a whole lot, but we do take care of the city of Amsterdam. We handle their PC network, their email. We process school taxes for some of the school districts in the area. We actually handle the payroll not only for the county, but we do payroll for some of the other towns and villages as well. So those are services I like to call shared services that we offer for a pretty low cost to municipalities, and it does generate some revenue. So those are some of the outside services, and I forgot to mention the print shop. That also falls under data processing, so we handle all the county print needs, and he does quite a bit of outside work, business cards, letterhead, envelopes, programs. I think a lot of people in this room have dealt with our print shop. So it's kind of what we do in a nutshell. I don't want to take up too much of your time, but if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
I'll take questions from the committee first, and then I'll open it to the floor. Parker?
I'm not sure if it would be you or Sandy Frazier that I would ask this to, but a breakdown on the tax bills when it's sent out. It's been asked before if it can come out. It's been sent out from other counties.
Do you mean like what's mandated, what's not mandated? It's been talked about for a while. We would be the ones that would calculate it, and we were ready to do that almost 2 years ago, and we just never got the go-ahead.
Okay.
Sandy would be involved, but
okay.
We can do that. It's just a matter of how to do it so it's not too confusing,
okay.
And we just need some guidance on how you want the numbers to look, but we can do that.
Okay.
Interesting that you bring that up, because I asked Sean to put together for us the breakdown of the 9 state mandates that take up a majority of our tax levy. I got the numbers today. I've talked to Sandy about it. That I wholly expect that will be done for next year.
That's wonderful. Thank you.
Mike?
You said you do payroll for other municipalities. Do you do it for other agencies besides municipalities?
Right now, we just do towns and villages.
Would you be open to doing other, like, non-for-profits? Or
Yeah, I think we'd be open to it. We just need to, we'd have to find out the quantity and the size of the organization.
less than 5?
Oh, I think we can handle that. Yeah, and those services are changing quite a bit. We're putting a lot of that input, we're making that web-based and giving the option to the actual customer to enter their own information, because in the old days, and people still do this, they literally bring us time cards and we enter everything in. And we're happy to do it, but we're presenting the option that you can do it yourself, and it'll be a little cheaper that way. So, yeah, we'd be happy to look into that.
Sure, Alex?
I actually have 3 questions.
Yeah.
First of all, in light of what happened to Target with the identity theft, does Montgomery County have any vendors that have direct access to the database?
Well, when you say to data, you mean our employee records?
Network, anything like that?
No, we're pretty strict on, we don't allow any remote access pretty much at all. We do have a few VPN networks that are accessed just through employees and departments, but no outside vendor has direct access to any of our information.
Is there any monitoring of employee internet usage to prevent hackers or spam pop-ups?
That's a great question. Actually, it was one of my bullet points, but I didn't mention it. We do a lot of reporting in general, and internet usage reporting is definitely something that we do. We don't do it unless we're asked to do it. So normally what happens is a department head will come and say, I think this person may be wasting some time. Can you pull a report on the last 6 months and let me know what's going on? So we do that once in a while. Otherwise, we don't do it unless we see a network problem or a slowdown. But we do, and we've provided those reports, and we'd be happy to. We can do internet reporting, we can do network usage, pretty much anything that goes through that machine.
And as far as the website, you said you maintain that in-house?
Yep.
Is there any way just to scan that website and just get rid of the word supervisor and replace it with legislator?
We've tried. It's not that easy. We have 2 different platforms that the website is on. We're using Microsoft SharePoint to enable each department to actually enter their own information, and that's very template-based. But the home page, the problem with the template-based things is they look very boring and plain. So we have a little bit of in-house HTML. So we've scanned multiple databases, but we're still finding
As
things.
you go to the individual legislators page and it's email your supervisor.
Really? Still? I thought we got that one. I have received requests like that from some of you, so please send them to me if you see them. But we've gone through it a couple times, and yeah, they're still popped. And we're still updating all of the policies and templates. I'm not sure if any of you have actually been onto the intranet yet, which is you have to log on with your ID and password, but that's all the county policies, dress code, workplace violence, all that stuff is up there, and all those documents, it's going to take some time to update all those.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anybody else? Oh, Joe.
I don't want to be negative, so this is not a negative thing, all right?
That's okay.
I was at Alderman down in the city for a few years, and near the end of my reign down there, we moved away from you and went to a private company. I was against that. I wanted to stay with you. Is there any reason why that broke down and the things didn't get done up here that they needed? Can you just give me I don't want to be negative.
No,
right?
that's okay.
Okay.
So you're talking about the financial accounting system?
Why we moved,
Yeah.
had to move away from that and did what we did.
Well-
I didn't want to, so
Yeah.
I was negative against that.
Well, I will say the financial and accounting system is maintained on an AS400 system. So that's kind of like a mainframe, green screen, doesn't look pretty. Some people just don't like it. It's not an outdated system. It's
It's a
very
good system.
stable, and actually the new system they bought is built on an AS400, just has a nicer interface. Anyway, some people just don't like the way it looks.
So
the way
basically it was.
it was preference, the controller at the time, from the minute.
No,
Yeah.
you know, I'm not trying to pin it.
No, it's fine.
I just wondered because they said things never got done, and I just wondered why. I never was told that, so.
No, and we still, they still hire us to maintain the PCs and the network. I never really thought it never got done perspective, it's just I didn't like the way it's done. And we still provide them reports and
It was kind
information.
of the opposite way I wanted to go,
Yeah.
if you know what I mean. I
Yeah.
didn't want to do it.
No, I understand.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anybody else? No? Okay, Dan, thank you very much.
Okay, thanks for your
Very
time.
good.
Thanks.
Is there anything else the committee would like to talk about at this time? If not, I'm gonna adjourn, so I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. Oh, Barbara?
I'll motion to adjourn.
Barbara, thank you. Second?
I'll second.
Ryan? All right, very good.
I call the committee meeting of economic development and planning to order. Okay, we have a couple resolutions to discuss. First of all, does anybody in the, have anything they want to get first? The first resolution is the resolution to appoint members of the Montgomery County Agricultural and Farmland Protection Board. Hmm? Oh, okay. Boy. All right, so I guess we'll scratch that. All right, we have discussion on the local resolution for the placement of the casino in Montgomery County. Is there any discussion? Yeah, is that resolution? Right below you. Right, yeah. I was gonna do that under other. It's the same. Oh, okay. So we have a resolution. Is there a sponsor?
No sponsor.
And a second?
With discussion.
Yeah, I'll sponsor it, or I'll second to discuss it, yeah. Okay, or if somebody wants to go first, that's fine.
Hey, Marvin, can a non-committee member second it?
Yeah, Roy and, there's a committee.
Aha, thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, don't.
Typically, you have a committee member. You
That's
have
right.
The sponsor.
That's right, sorry. Terry actually raised his hand.
Do you want to?
Sponsor it?
Yeah.
Sure.
Second.
Or second it,
Okay.
but with discussion.
Yep.
I have a question for Ken.
Okay.
Ken, do you know if the town of Florida, town board, is supporting this?
Well, to answer your question there, the town supervisor, obviously if you read the paper, the town supervisor is in favor at this time. It will go before the town of Florida town board, at the end of this month, I believe on the fourth or third Monday of the month. And then it'll also be at the city of Amsterdam common council level, I think next Tuesday as well for discussion purposes. So to answer your question, Terry, no, it hasn't been through the town of Florida town board, but if you look at the proposed resolution that's presented, all it does is discuss the general election and it discusses the support from the legislature for host municipalities municipalities within our county to go forward to the next level of regulation. That's all it does.
Okay.
It's for any municipality within a county. There may be other properties out there where there's a developer, there's a willing landowner that wants to sell, and it's a viable piece of property within shouting distance of affordable public infrastructure. So this resolution is not specific to any one location in the county.
All right, very good, thank you.
Any other discussion?
I know I'm not on the committee, I very much support this. I think that this is something great for Montgomery County, and going forward, I think in the beginning stages, it would be great to support it.
Just one comment. I actually did my due diligence. I went back and looked at the resolution and how the voters voted in each of the districts that represent my total legislative district, and it was a majority in favor. I also did a lot of interviewing of not just people in my district, but people in the county, and I've gotten 100% approval rating, basically.
I just wanted to add my 2 cents here. As far as the casino wells or the possibility, I think local support is very important as far as beginning those discussions. And I think I would like to see, I'm 100% in support of this resolution. I encourage the legislature to enthusiastically support this resolution, because this is an opportunity, and it's an opportunity that we at least need to consider it. And in order to do that, we need to show that we have the support here in the county.
Thanks. Would it behoove us, Ken, as a legislature, as a county executive, to reach to the other municipalities, even those that might not be considered, and say, look, would you consider passing a resolution supporting it in the county? I mean, is that something that the state is?
I was going to, if this got approval from this legislative body, I was actually going to request that this resolution be sent up to Fulton County as well, to try to make this more of a regional initiative. If you look at the voting results in the 2013 general election, there's eight counties in our region in relation to this, the capital district region, in relation to one of the 8 counties going to get a casino license if there's a developer, obviously, a casino operator that's acceptable to the state. Our 2 counties, with the 1 counties that supported the most at 56 to 44%, 4 of the counties in our region shot it down. Rensselaer County, I think, was at 51-49. Schoharie County was right around 51-49. So it was our 2 counties with the highest unemployment rates in the region, actually, were the ones that overwhelmingly favored it compared to the other counties in our zone. So, yeah, I was going to send it up there.
But what about individually to the other municipalities within the county? You want those individual resolutions too from them, or?
Well,
Really wouldn't.
in all honesty, if there's a potential site within their jurisdiction, if they've been approached by a private landowner or a potential developer or somebody like that, then yeah, it would most likely behoove them so that they can, get on the radar screen with some of the individuals that we're in discussion with.
All those in favor of moving it to full board? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Now I'll go on to number 2. Okay. So, I need a sponsor and a second for the resolution to appoint members of the Montgomery County Agricultural and Farmland Protection Board.
I'll sponsor.
I'll second. Discussion. Ryan. Discussion. All those in favor of moving?
Aye.
I'm sorry, before that, are you putting, there's a spot for a legislator and 2 active farmers in an ag business? Was there a legislator that?
Well, Matt hasn't
Oh, I'm sorry.
made.
Oh, that's Right.
And this just recently happened. In Ken's backup that he sent to us, he indicated state law that would indicate that the legislative body would appoint. We then had a discussion with Doug about, we wanted to keep it consistent with our charter.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is we're going to continue this resolution through the process. I will make those appointments, and then they will be to you for full board, hopefully for your consideration.
Thank you.
So you can amend it at the full board,
Okay.
assuming appointments are made by then.
Okay, thank you.
Any other discussion? All those in favor of moving it to full board?
Aye.
Opposed? The next resolution is resolution amending the 2014 operating budget Montgomery County Flood Mitigation Grant Program Award. Can I have a sponsor and a second?
I'll second.
Discussion?
This amendment results from a grant that we actually received.
Yeah, just to give you some quick background, in 2002, the county was awarded $418,000, $249,000 grant for Hurricane Irene and Tropical Storm Lee damage. What this resolution does is all those dollars weren't expended yet, were drawn down. So that's why you see the discrepancy. If you look at where I got increasing revenues by approximately $375,000, an increase in appropriations by 210,732. The appropriation, that's the 210, that's how much has not been expended yet.
Right.
That we want to, utilize in this fiscal year. DPW has some more work to do in relation to this specific grant. The increase in revenues is different because we had it drawn down on stuff that was done.
We've essentially already expended the difference.
Correct. That's all this is.
That's what I thought. Thank you.
That is the answer to my question.
Any other discussion? All those in favor of moving it to full board?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Carried. The next resolution we have is resolution amending operating budget Montgomery County All Hazard Mitigation Plan. Is there a sponsor?
Now sponsor again.
Is there a second? Is he able to?
I'll second.
Discussion.
Is this the same thing with respect to revenues not matching appropriations?
Yeah, just to give you background on this, we were awarded in 2013 a grant, was actually upwards of $60-some thousand, and by the time we went out to RFPs, the actual consultant came in at $49,500. It's an actual 75-25 match, state to local, so that would bring, that's why your revenue figure on the 49.5 contract is the 37,125. We did pay to date the consultant $12,936.25, so that's why the actual appropriations is slightly different than that.
Thank you.
Any other discussion? All those in favor of moving to full board?
Aye.
Opposed? Any other? Is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Barb, I was. Second?
I'll second.
Okay.